Do you like to be amused? I like to be amused. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
Let's have fun. Let's have fun.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to 31 Days of Horror. This is day 5. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. Amusement was released in 2008. This was by a company called Picture Release or something like that. Yeah, Picture House. And from what I've heard, they kind of sold their company immediately after finishing this film. And unfortunately, it was held on the shelves for a while and then just went direct to video. But this was directed by Simpson. And I randomly came across this. I'd never heard of it in my life, but this is one of those films that I bought just from the cover. Creepy clown, I'm sold. And I love my independent cinema. So what we have going on here, first of all, this is the first film that I'm going to have a really hard time reviewing just because of spoilers. This film is an experience, okay? I strongly recommend going into something like this blind and not knowing anything. But I will say that we start this film off, because this film is also very different from what I was expecting. We start off with this couple in a car, and they're on the highway, and the guy's driving. The guy's named Ron, and the girl is named Shelby. And Ron is actually played, funny enough, by Matt Stifler from Bandcamp, which I recently reviewed on the channel, so that's kind of ironic. They're driving down the highway, this is nighttime, and they're behind a truck, and they're on a convoy kind of thing. And the girlfriend, Shelby, is bitching about Ron speeding, and Ron is like, oh, this is the trick of the convoy, you gotta keep up, yada yada. So eventually they get to a gas station, the same truck gets to that same gas station. There's this other guy that they meet with glasses, and he seems very like family man-like. And then things kind of take like a joyride vibe, and things start to get sketchy, and you start to, wonder what the truck driver's motives are. Things go from there, and I don't really want to get into specifics from where things go. This film gives me so many vibes. Like I said, it starts with joyride. You get a lot of Saw vibes in this film. There is a main villain in this film, and he goes by The Laugh. That's how he's credited. He is The Laugh. Take that as you will. It's a trip of a film, and it is very interesting. And I would consider this a big hidden gem, and I recommend checking it out if you've never heard of it, and going just to find it somewhere. And it's a mind fuck. In the sense that Session 9, for anybody who has seen Session 9, is a mindfuck, and it's almost like a puzzle you're putting together throughout the film, is kind of how this one plays out. You do have creepy clowns in it too, so that's not false advertising. He is definitely in here. You get like interrogation scenes and false narratives. You really don't know with the characters when they're questioned what they're talking about. Sometimes they seem confused themselves, and I'm going through this film, and it's one of those films where you'll see a lot of objects repeat themselves. Like for example, there's this monophone, or those megaphones, those big old-fashioned radios with the bells that played records. That'll appear in different locations, and you're wondering, if different timelines are playing out. It's also a film that you do have to suspend your disbelief a lot. And when I got to the end of it, I did watch some explained videos, and this is a very mixed bag, so some people love it and some people hate it. I think it was really unique. I love the cinematography. One of my favorite things in this film is the way it's shot, and I played it at the perfect time because it was raining really, really nicely yesterday, and that's when I watched it, and the atmosphere is fantastic. There's lightning shots that are gorgeous. It's just such an atmospheric film that there's a lot to be forgiven when it comes to plot holes and things that you have to kind of suspend your disbelief about. I interpreted this film in a way that I think I was probably wrong about after watching other people's reviews. So I watched other people's reviews, and I watched somebody else's take on the film and their descriptions and everything on the film. And then I was like, oh, okay, that's interesting. I definitely interpreted this wrong and pieced this film together wrong. I hope what I'm saying is coherent, because I do apologize if I'm not being clear. I just want to stay the hell away from spoilers. Performances are phenomenal. If anybody has ever watched a film where a character is playing different characters, that's what goes on here. The Laugh, the actor who plays quote unquote the Laugh, does such a good job at portraying different people at different times. It's crazy good. Yeah, I was just expecting a linear story when I looked at this, and it really isn't. It really isn't at all. So, like I said, it is really split. It is really split. When I looked on IMDb, it's got a ton of half stars, and then it's got a ton of 4 stars. I ended up with a 3.5 out of 5. I think this is a very unique film with a lot of passion behind it. I knew exactly what the director was going for, and I knew exactly, there's something that happens in the middle too, where you have a flashback of children, of basically all the characters, the main ones at least, when they were kids, and that pieces together a whole lot, because leading up to that point, it gets there, and then you're like, oh, okay, now things are starting to make sense, and now things are starting to build. And that was the part where I was like, okay, I see what you're doing here, and I know where you want to go with this story, and not necessarily where it's going to end, because I had no clue, but I understand, what the guy was doing, and it was very, very clever, very clever. From John Simpson, very clever, and the writers too, because this wasn't written by him. This is written by Jake Wade Wall. So them working together on this piece was cool. I don't know if I've ever seen a Picture House film before, but it's unfortunate that they shut down, because this one I think was like 10 million, and it only ended up grossing under like 200,000, which is a shame. When it comes to films like this, these are complete hidden gems that I try to use this channel to bring more attention to. If anything, this is entertainment. I do understand that it has its plot holes, and it has its, you have to suspend your disbelief and stuff. There was this film that I was recommended a few years ago called Blood Runs Cold, and the first thing that the reviewer was saying, shout out to Moods from 22 Shots of Moods, was that there's things that you have to suspend your disbelief, but if you do, you can definitely enjoy the film. And horror is like that. If the film is shot well and the film delivers and scares, and especially for me, I love mindfucks. So, I love films that you can interpret in different ways and talk about long after viewing, and films that hold so much rewatch value, and this one does. This one really, really does, for its characters and for its non-linear kind of take on things. It's just a really, really interesting film. Amusement, it impressed me, and I'm glad I got my hands on this one, because I can't wait to watch it again, and I can't wait to probably get a whole different experience when I watch it next time. And creepy clown, let me tell you. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. You got a scene with a babysitter, and that's where the thunder and lightning was happening. It's just so beautifully shot, and it's a very crisp looking film, and it's good stuff. So that's Amusement for day 5. Go check it out. It's a strong recommend from me. And thank you for joining me again for 31 days. I'm having a really good time discovering these new films, and I love talking about them with you. So if you've seen it, let me know in the comments what you think. Try not to go too deep into spoilers, but yeah, let's have a discussion. Until next review for day 6, subscribe to Morgan Film Fan, and enjoy your spooky season. Hope you're enjoying your October until day 31, that Halloween night. Sleep tight tonight.